Ruth right off the mat, dominating performance 10-0. First off, you strap a cradle up in a freestyle match. What's going through your head?
I was thinking, I was like, wow, I can still do cross-face cradles in freestyle. I was like, it's there, might as well just take it.
Were you gonna go with it?
I don't know, I'm still kind of a little shaky of rolling across my back. They give them 1 point, then they give you 2, and all that stuff just kind of throws me off a little bit. But I really wanted to go with it. My inner instinct just telling me to roll with it. And I was like, nah, I gotta stay smart for this.
Talk about your takedowns. Obviously, this guy was fifth in the world. He can wrestle. What was the difference for you to be able to get your scores?
I just kept moving on my feet, kept tying them up with the hands. I heard that he was pretty good at moving. And I just wanted to make sure I stayed one step ahead of him. If I was doing a fake, I was just making sure I followed it up with a shot or another fake, something to keep him faking.
Was this fun, wrestling here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, has the family come up from Pennsylvania?
I had my brother, my mom, dad, wife. Yeah, they all came up to watch me.
Talk about just the atmosphere at Times Square. Being on the show with you guys, showing the truth, they just like really pump me up.
So how's this help you prepare for trials? Third at the Open, clearly you want to win the trials. Does this help get you tuned up for that?
It definitely does. It makes you feel like, there's a lot more left. There's a lot of room to learn things. In the match, I kind of felt there's a lot of things that went wrong. I can look at that match and be like, wow, I could have did this better. Those are just a lot of things I can clean up for the trials.
Looking at that match, the U.S. Open semifinal with Clayton Foster, how much did you learn from that match right there?
I'm learning I get tired too. And, that match was just, it was probably one of the funnest matches I had. Even though I lost, a match like that, you want to walk away with the W, but, it was a fun match. It was just like, I just went out there, left it all out on the mat. That's the most I could ask out of myself. So for next time, I just leave even more out there.
And you and David Taylor were the big man, the Hammers for Penn State for all those years. You're out there both winning tonight. Talk about how it was fun for you and, even for the Penn State fans.
It feels great just to still be at this level of competition, wrestling around, and still have one of my teammates with me. You just basically, it's like your family. You feel comfortable. So there's somebody there that you've been with this whole time, seeing a familiar face, it just helps you out a lot.
Did you like the hoopla down here in Times Square? Everybody asks that same question, but the breeze picked up. It's a little cooler. Did that affect you at all?
No, actually, I felt like it was a good thing. Because, you're in the match, you feel like you're overheating, then the breeze comes right through and freshens you up. So, if anything, I would prefer to wrestle outside for Olympics or World Trials.
How about wrestling looking down at you the whole time?
I was looking up at her.
You noticed that while you're on the mat?
I was looking up at her.
That's what I'm saying. How do you keep your concentration when you're a beautiful woman that big?
It's hard. It's really hard.
Definitely an unusual, different background than you're used to wrestling.
Yeah,
David's the magic man. I've been calling you the truth. Do you care about gimmicks?
No, I'm just here to wrestle, but I like it. It's a nice thing to have something for people to call me, so to recognize me by, other than just my name. But no, I'm just here to wrestle.
What are the biggest differences between wrestling collegiately and internationally have you found, now that you've done a little bit? Obviously you were so good in college. What are some of the differences or the challenges between collegiate wrestling and international?
It's a lot more relaxed.
International's a lot more relaxed or college?
I feel like this is a lot more relaxed. When I was in college, being an NCAA is just like a mental marathon. I was just racking my brain all different types of ways, thinking of how this can go in the match, how that can go in the match. I'm exhausted after those 3 days. Yeah, I took 3 days in New York. I'm not really thinking about it. Just gonna go out there, wrestle, come back. I'm not thinking about losing weight, all that shit.
Your mental pressure is less since you're left. What about physically, wrestling-wise? Obviously, you're competing with a lot tougher guys internationally.
A lot tougher. Some guys are stronger. Some guys are just, you don't know what they have. But it's just, that element of not knowing what they have going out there in the match. Same for you yourself. They don't know what you have. They don't know what you do. And it's just something that they're going to have to actually watch for. Either way. And I kind of like that element of surprise.
How long have you been out of school now?
I just got out of school. Actually, I haven't graduated yet. Graduation's still coming
your
up.
last wrestling year was 2012, is that right? Or 13? Your last wrestling season was when? Or Penn State?
This is it, actually.
Okay, so this last year, okay. So you're sort of new to this international game a little bit. Are you sort of finding that, you know, you're at the level you want to be at?
I'm there in certain positions, you know, on my feet, I'm attacking, I'm moving. But when it comes to being down on the mat, you know, I want to get better, defending, gut wrenching, leg laces, any of that. You know, I'm just ready to kind of soak that up.
With obviously the Olympics a couple of years away, you don't want to start thinking too early about it, or do you want to start thinking too early about it?
I want to think about it
obviously
early
it's a goal,
now.
I would think.
Yeah, because, you know, I kind of kept putting it off, and then, you know, when I'm getting back to it, I feel like I'm a little bit behind the curve a little bit. So I feel like, you know, there's so much that I have to learn that I can easily soak it up.
Do you feel like you're a long way from being ready for Olympic caliber level, or do you think you're not that far away? Or
that's the whole thing, you know, you never really know. Because there's a lot of things that make people Olympic. You know, you got great technique, you can be really athletic, you can just have both of those. Either you're just so unorthodox, nobody can kind of read you. But at the Olympic level, all you have to do, you don't have to control, you just got to expose people. And that's just something that I'm kind of like catch up with.
Have you talked to guys like Jordan Burroughs and people who've been at that level about what you can do to reach their level? Is that something you pick their brain about a little bit?
No, everybody just says just keep doing the same thing. Just stick with it. Just make sure you're paying attention. Getting better every single day. You know, it's just the same thing with folk style.
Are you training with the U.S. team now, or are you sort of training on your own? Or
I'm training with my team, NLWC, and you know,
NLWC?
Yeah, the Midland Wrestling Club. They've been great.
So you don't think you're gonna move it to the U.S. facility or anything like that, or train with
Possibly
USOC or anything?
I mean, like, I'll probably go somewhere else and train just for a couple of days, but other than that, no, I'm rooted in NLWC.
And you're enjoying the, like you said, the less strain of wrestling, not having the mental pressure of college, but obviously pressure to make the Olympics. I'm sure it's a goal you've had for a long time to be at the Olympics. And I guess your family and friends and everybody hoping you reach that goal in 2016. Thanks, Ed. I appreciate it. Congratulations on a great win today. Nice to meet you.
And I just got one question. UFC President Dana White is in attendance, and people say that you have a style that lends itself well to, you know, possibly fighting in the cage. Any thoughts on that, like on the future?
Definitely. I mean, like, MMA is, I don't know, I'm not really a violent person, like, when you talk to me, but, you know, I can be aggressive. I feel like if I can get into the cage, I think that, you know, I can make some noise. But right now, it has to take a backseat to Olympic freestyle and all that, yeah. But I mean, like, if it's down the line, then, you know, I'll probably hop into it, see what I can do.
Okay.
But right now, it's just like, I gotta see how all this freestyle stuff goes.
Right, exactly. Okay, thank you. Good job.